What's going on, everybody? It's time to take this partially apart for the last time so we can put our blue ring of light in, fix that silly mistake. At least I know I put this one back in one of these bags, and yeah, I remember now, and that's why I didn't find it. Anyway, we're also going to drain all this green fluid out. We used it to make sure there's no leaks. We're going to flush it out a few times. Don't want this in here too long, just like kind of stain some of it or anything. We're going to refill it with distilled water for now while we wait for the actual fluid to show up. We're also still waiting on our custom fan grill, or radiator grill if you will. I took our little filter off for now, just to see what it looked like. White. Also worked on cutting out our top pieces to finish off the trim. It looks, I think, fantastic on this side. It's obviously not pushed down all the way because we're going to have to remove it here in a second. And then the very, very last thing, obviously we're not going to keep these big ugly fittings on here. We'll probably just put a cap on the back one. I might just get a couple more of the white 90s, put one on this side with caps. Just like we did on the PS3 Slim water-cooled one, we want it to be somewhat functional, because obviously if we just put caps on here, it's going to be pretty annoying to try and drain it without spilling it inside the system itself. So we want to have at least something on here, and I think either one or two 90s onto here would just make it look pretty clean, especially if it's all in white, and obviously include some kind of barb fitting just to make it easier so it extends past here when you're ready to fill or drain the system. Okay, refilled one time with distilled water. Kind of let that run through. You can still see how much. I don't even need the UV light. So we're going to flush this out a few more times, try to at least get most of it out. And then we'll go ahead and take this bottom trim off so we can get this stuff painted real quick. We drained it enough times. Well, not enough times. I just ran out of water. But I'm going to go ahead and take the bottom pieces off and get these painted so that the paint can work on its curing process while we finish the rest of this. The back side off, which was honestly the most difficult part, but just getting those clips off, slide it while holding it. And then it's important to know once the bottom shell is off, it needs to be propped up on something, or it's going to rest on the reservoir. With the shell on, this does barely touch the table, but it's not actually putting weight on this. So simple as that, swapped out. Now while we're here, we're going to double check the inside, make sure everything's good. And I also want to give this a better clean on the inside, especially where the message is there. Got it pretty fingerprinted up last time I put it in. We got our front, back panel put back on. Now the next thing we need to do is put the trim pieces on, which I just put the clear coat on, so we need to wait for that to finish drying first. What'd you guys have for lunch? We are back. We've got some more baby water. And this stuff is still not dry. It's only been like 10 minutes. It didn't take that long to go grab some of that. But we can at least continue to flush this out real quick and obviously make sure our blue ring of light works. And this is an actual OEM blue ring of light. Correct me if I'm wrong, but well, maybe the Halo one came with a different color, but I could have swore this was pretty much one of the only ones that has a different color light. But anyway, okay. Take 4. Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks fantastic. Now we still have quite a bit of green going on in here, but oop. There we go. All lights are good. I think we're pretty close to getting all that drained out. I'm going to go ahead and throw these on. So we first put this side together that bottom piece we cut off and the front of the vent. And now you kind of slide this under, and you want to leave this end off, that way this remains as flexible as possible to get around the reservoir. Still don't know if it's gonna be able to go with one hand, but oh, there we go. Okay, now see, got that in place, and then we're gonna take this piece, slide this back a little bit right here, pop those two little spots in. That's why I wanted to leave this little bit here, so that has more than one clicky. And then this piece will slide in. Actually, we'll push this in first. Just like that. Make sure all these click together. Probably gonna have to do it with two hands. We've got half of a ghost shell, half of a R2D2, half of a painted. There we go. Yeah, you get it. So, just like that. And then I still have this extra piece, which I planned on literally just gluing in place. Kind of permanently. We'll have to straighten out that one side, it looks like. That's pretty bad. I don't know how that happened. But, I don't know. I don't think it's a huge deal to have this on here, but I guess at least from this side it would look a little better than a bigger gap, two smaller gaps. I don't know. What do we think? I don't know if that really bothers me at all, but so we still have the slightest tint of green. I remember the same thing when I used this stuff before. I should have known. But in the eyeball 360, took forever to flush that out to get the purplish pink, I think we replaced it with. But that slightest bit I'm not too worried about. I'm going to top it off here. We're going to finally put the bottom trim piece on, kind of look at it all. And I'll probably drain it one more time when I actually get the blue dye, and we're going to put enough of that in there that it would hide that much anyway. So pretty much have these ready to go. We're just going to, we've got the space cleared off now of all the different projects we're working on. So we're going to leave this one here while we wait for our grill and our blue fluid. Same with the hard drive. And then we'll be able to kind of do a comparison test there. I should also be getting a hard drive for this one along with that one. So it's time to start some new things. We have a full confirmation and down payment on the water-cooled Xbox One, OG Xbox One, that I had mentioned in a previous video. Someone will be sending in their Xbox One, which is a standard one, but it does have the Halo 5 faceplate, and we're going to water cool it. So let's start getting the components together. One of the big reasons I took this project on is I should pretty much have everything I need, other than maybe some fittings, to do this project. Plus we have the mod plate, the DC Mods fan mod plate. So here we go. I've already got a 120mm just all black radiator, and that's kind of the theme here, just all black. And we'll obviously, like I said, go with the Halo faceplate. I've already got this mod plate in powder coated flat black, so most likely this would be on top in some way. And then luckily we bought the 2-pack listing of this fan that we used on R2D2. So this is a nice slim UV blue fan. As I mentioned, that nice blue accent on the Halo 5 Xbox, that's going to be perfect. Same with, we should have plenty of tubing left over, unless we want to go with a bigger size, but we have that, I believe it's like 5/16 black tubing that turns blue under UV light. And actually same with the fluid we're getting, which is clear but blue under UV light. So we're going to use probably all that stuff in this build as well. Now in terms of the pump, I had planned on, we could just use that pump that we were going to use in R2D2, but if it does turn out to just be too loud in the setup, we'll probably grab the DC 12 pump that we have inside here. We've got plenty of options, different tube reservoirs always work, but I sort of had this one in mind, and because there is no power supply inside the original Xbox One, we might be able to pretty much put it all internal. I mean, this is still pretty big, it'll probably stick out a little bit, which is fine, because we need access to ports to go, to and from radiator, or to just fill it. So something like this. I guess this one almost would sort of match the theme going on, but it's just so big and heavy. I don't know. If we get that to work, it'd be cool, but I feel like this alone is like 50% of the weight of an Xbox One. Obviously, on this build, you wouldn't be able to just hit the home button and pull up the Aurora temperatures, so we'd probably add a blue temperature display for at least the water temp on there. And yeah, other than that, we gotta wait for the actual system to show up. We'll get different paints, and we'll probably need some fittings, as I mentioned. But other than that, I'm really excited to start this one. Now, it's still early in the day. I still want to try to do some stuff, so as I mentioned, I've committed to a little Grand Theft Auto 5 themed build with our custom painted shell here. As much as I'd like to wait around and look for an Opus board, I'm cool with this being a more budget build. I like the idea of having different builds at all different price points. And yes, it might be non-HDMI, but it'll come with controller, all the cables and everything, Grand Theft Auto 5. And we're going to sort of model it after our Grand Theft Auto 4 one. So, whether it's a window or not, we're going to have to cut into this top shell. And since I never actually used the giant 200mm clear red fan on Vader, we ended up going with the smaller one and a bigger window to actually see all the stuff in there. So that's actually the same fan I used in the Grand Theft Auto 4 build way back when. So I want to also use that one. And then, like I said, the inside will probably be similar. We'll probably go with glow-in-the-dark elements with blood splatter and, the just different Grand Theft Auto decals of the different characters, stuff like that. Michael, Trevor, all that kind of stuff. And I really like not having the hard drive up here. I don't want to have to paint another one and customize one. I also would never have any other use for this insert here that goes in place of a hard drive, and it's just a cool feature. It's from the ruby red shell, kind of goes with the blood splatter. And in the past, I have used flash drives as my hard drive or to transfer data and whatnot, and I actually included a nice Samsung 128GB flash drive with the last R2 D2 C3PO build, so it had the regular hard drive as well. But I think in this one, I'll either just get one or two of those, so it'd be equivalent to like a 250GB hard drive, and you can still save your games, do everything you would with a regular hard drive. It'll just be two little flash drives. So yeah, that's the plan there. So let's get this apart and mock up this fan and get this cut. Now, real quick, the only thing I'm still kind of back and forth on with this shell is the faceplate. And with the ruby red top piece there, I figured, what would this look like, even though it is cracked, with the ruby red faceplate. And you know what? I think that might be what we go with. I think that just looks fantastic. So anyway, let's cut a hole in it. Yeah, I think that's going to look pretty good. Especially with this faceplate, the blood, the red. So, only thing we got to do next is decide if we want to use like chrome. We've got a chrome button here to swap in here and get some nicer chrome stuff here. Or I actually really like the black, especially matching the fan. I think we'll probably try swapping all black components here, and here. Obviously the door's still on here, which is good. Let me know what you guys think. Chrome, black, and then I'm going to go ahead and think about the fan tunnel and DVD drive. Now the one in here right now was from an old build. It is kind of cool, but the Family Guy monkey doesn't really go with Grand Theft Auto. I am pretty committed to the GTA 5 theme, although I have always wanted to do Dexter as well, and there is a lot of blood here, so I don't know. That's it for today. Got some cool projects. We should be getting this one locked in actually here soon as well. Yeah, the board on that one, we're going to have to kind of sort of start over. And since I already have this one made, somebody actually wanted a Yoda one, and so they're probably going to lock in on this one here. And that being said, I still want a counterpart with Vader, but I think everything happens for a reason, and maybe it's time to do an Obi-Wan Kenobi themed 360 with the clear blue shell to go along with Vader. And hopefully we get these last couple things in here very quickly. The fluid dye, fan grill, and our hard drives dealt with, so we can get these listed. We do have this one up. Still waiting on my Decepticon faceplate, but we are still doing the Bumblebee barricade dueling builds there. So lots of cool stuff. Just trying to clear off some of the shelves first. Got some things on my eBay. Plan to keep listing more things as time goes on. And as I said, there's a big discount if you want to go directly through me than via eBay. For example, our XCM Supreme Rapid Fire shells, they're on there for a little over $100, but you can get them for around $80 directly through me. So check them out. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Let's throw this camera on the carpet.